everybody. Today in this video I will talk about reducing noise, inconsistency, error from data. We take data from operational sources for data mining purpose, and we know that operational data may contain error. Operational data may be inconsistent, it may contain noise, and we cannot use noisy, inconsistent data for the data mining purpose. We have to correct or reduce those noises, inconsistency from the data. So now let's first see what is the meaning of inconsistency or error within the data. Here I have created a simple table. This table shows expenses of person named Seetal for each month, and these values are, let's suppose, given in thousands. This is 21,000, this is 23,000, and so on. From this table what we can see is Seetal is expending around 20 to 23, 24,000 per month. Okay, from this data we can see, because most of the values lies between 20,000 and 26,000. In the month of January, she spent 21,000, she spent 23,000 in February, and so on. But as we go down and see, we find she spent 30,000 in the month of August and 35,000 in the month of September. These two values are little more compared to her other months' expenses. So this is a little bit of confusion. Are these two values correct or not? That is the question here. So this can be considered as noise within the data, because these two expenses are deviated from her normal expenditure behavior. So we have to correct this value. We have to reduce this noise, and for reducing noise from the data we will be using smoothing technique. Smoothing technique helps us to reduce noise, erratic data. It helps to streamline the data. Okay, different smoothing techniques can be used to reduce the noise from the data, but in this video I will be talking about the moving average method. Moving average method calculates average of set of values over a specified window size. Now let's see what does it mean. In case of the moving average, what we do is we will take average of certain number of values from given set. Here we are having 12 different values, expenses of 12 different months. So in case of the moving average, what we do is we will calculate the average first 3 months. We'll specify the window size as 3. Okay, AVER is average. Then let's take the average of this first 3 values. Then we copy this in the other cells. Okay, and we paste it. Now we can see this is the average of first 3 months expenses, and this is the expenses of February, March, April. This is the expenses of May, June, July. In this way we smooth the value. Okay, these are the smoothed value. Now we can see this 30,000 has become to 26,000, and this 35,000 has become to 30,000. This has become 28,000. So in this way our initial confusion about these two values been little reduced. We have smoothed the data. Okay, now we will use the Python code to streamline or smooth these inconsistencies. Now let's see how we can do this in the Python. Okay, import pandas as pdf. Here I am storing my both files, Python file and this CSV file, in the same directory. Okay, import matplotlib.py plot as plt. We need this to plot the graph. Now let's first read this CSV file. I'll save this file here. Okay, is equal to pg.read csv. The name of my file is data-sample-3-for smoothing.csv. Okay, now let's first see the content of this file. Print df. Okay, let's save this, run this. Now we can see the content here. Okay, these values. Now let's calculate the moving average. value is equal to, now the column name is expenses. Okay, now we have to specify the window size. Rolling window is equal to 3. We can take any value for the window. Here I am taking 3. We can take 5, 6, any values. Okay, now then we have to calculate the mean. Okay, what I will do is I will add one more attribute to this data frame. Smooth it. Okay, smooth is equal is equal to value. Okay, now let's print this df. Now let's run this. Now we can see this. What value we calculated using this Excel, we are finding the same value here, 23,000, 23, 24, and this in 30,000 was converted to 36, 26, 20, 35 is converted to 30, and so on. So in this way, using the concept of moving average, we can smooth the data, we can reduce the noise. Okay, now let's plot this data in chart. plt dot plot. First I will plot these expenses, original expenses. Let's give label as original data, then a marker that as O, not O. Okay, simple. Copy this, Ctrl C. Now let's plot smoothed values. SMOOTH, smoothed. Okay, let's save this. This the smoothed data. Okay, then plt dot, let's show the legend also. plt dot show. Okay, let's save this. Now let's run this. Now we can see the graph. ST, this is the smoothed value, OD, that is the original value. So using the concept of moving average, we can reduce the noise within the data. We can reduce the inconsistency from the data. This smoothed curve is little bit streamlined compared to this original data.